everyone. Welcome back to season 2 of Fear Given and Rethemed.
We made it!
Yay!
Woohoo! Where has the time gone?
I know, it's been a while. We're your hosts, Casey.
And Sean. And today we are starting things off very strong, talking about 2024 Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. So HHN 33. This episode might be in 2 parts. We're going to see how quickly we talk and how much stuff we want to go over. We've done the 6 house and the 3 house Unmasking the Horror tours. So we will finish that at the very end. But before that, we'll talk about houses, their ranking, because apparently we are quite on opposite sides on some of those rankings.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And then we'll talk through the theme of each house, go through all the IP, go through all the storylines, and yeah, we've got a lot to do, so let's get going.
Yeah. So our first houses, well, I'm just going to name off all the houses, and then we'll start off going down the list. So this year, we had 10 houses. The 3 IPs, which are intellectual properties, were A Quiet Place, Insidious the Further, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Pretty good houses.
Yeah. And then the original were Universal Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines, Monstros, The Monsters of Latin America, Slaughter Cinema 2. The Museum, Deadly Exhibits, Major Sweets Candy Factory, Goblin's Feast, and Triplets of Terror.
Pretty good lineup.
Yeah, so we'll start off with A Quiet Place. I'm going to read the description of the house, and then we'll talk about our rankings and stuff. Ready?
I am.
Okay, so A Quiet Place. Silence is survival. Silence your screams if you want to survive the terrifying post-apocalyptic world where monstrous creatures hunt down anyone who make a sound.
Did you say monstrous creatures?
No, I said
like the Latin American ones?
No, I said monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to pause for a second because I was like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
I swear.
So does this house go over just the first movie, the second movie, or the newest one that we have not made it through yet?
Yeah, so it only goes through Quiet Place 1 and 2.
Okay, so not the new... What's the new one called?
Like day 1. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it starts off, well, that one is like how it like started, I guess.
Day 1?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we couldn't get through it. I don't know why.
I think we got like 20 minutes in and neither one of us were really feeling it. It seems kind of boring, but who knows? Maybe the payoff is really good.
I haven't always been a fan of A Quiet Place just because to me it's just boring. And if there's no talking or anything, then I get distracted easily. Yeah. And so I'm on my phone. Or
that's one that we should see like in the theaters or should have.
Yeah, so you have to like watch it. But yeah, anyways, the set design was really good. They had a lot of large sets that would have been cool to see during the tour with the lights on, but we didn't get a chance to do that on the tour.
Yeah,
because that was the one house that they didn't allow. They don't allow one house each year, and it's always an IP, so...
Yep.
And it wasn't exactly quiet.
I think they tried.
They really did try.
I mean, with any type of haunted event, it's difficult to get people to be quiet.
I mean,
and I think that was part of the challenge and why it's a horror movie. Like, how do you survive? How do you figure out that you have to be quiet in order to survive?
I mean, we were, when we walked through, there wasn't...
We didn't have any, like, teenagers or, like, rambunctious
No, and I've seen
posts
like, oh my gosh, all these teenagers this year are, like, going through the houses and screaming and all. I would be so upset and mad.
That would be frustrating.
Yeah. The parts that I didn't like were the baby crying really loud.
That set you off?
It did. I mean, I'm pregnant, but, like, I haven't produced milk yet.
So
but
you're
when
like
a baby...
Are you annoyed by the baby cries, or is it like a weird trigger? Like, you feel like you should start breastfeeding?
Yeah, it's like a weird trigger. I don't even know. It's really weird to explain. It's hard to explain.
I didn't have that feeling in there.
No, your nipples don't leak, so...
Not currently, they don't.
I also don't think I think they used that too much. Like there was like
Too
three
much
or
quiet or too much baby
no,
crying?
too much baby screaming.
Yeah.
But I get why, because in the second one, that's kind of like the main, because they had the baby. And
Yeah, the baby was a saboteur for sure. So overall, where did you put this one in your lineup out of 10?
I put it at number 8.
So I put it at number 3.
What?
And I don't really remember why, other than the monsters were really, really well designed. When they popped out, I felt like they were well timed for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have anything negative. I'm trying to find it in my notes, and my notes are all out of
I mean,
order.
I remember us exiting the house, and we were like, "Oh, that was actually really good," but it still wasn't my favorite. Like, it wasn't bad. It was decent.
Yeah.
Decent enough to like enjoy, but like.
I think it might have been the fact that we hadn't seen the house at all prior.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that put it higher on my list, not knowing what to expect.
That's
and
true.
Then coming in blind and seeing all the new stuff. I didn't notice any of the American Sign Language in that house. Like I
did.
It was completely lost on me.
The actors, the scare actors were signing. I mean, most of like the signing was like, "Shh, don't talk" or whatever.
Right.
But
like
then,
I got that one, but
I didn't. I mean, I don't know sign language, so I don't know what they're saying. But they did use it. I did see that.
So, what was your favorite scene in the house overall, if you remember any?
Let me try to remember my favorite scene.
Tick-tock.
Oh my gosh,
Tick-tock.
I can't even remember. See, it's not very memorable for me.
So mine was the bloody nail on the staircase.
I don't even remember seeing that at all.
I pointed it at it and had you like stop and look at it. And I said, look at that.
You have to.
And we listened to a podcast where Charles Gray talked about his concept of like the nail on the step was like its own character. So we wanted to make sure that they implemented that.
Okay, well, all the memories going to the baby, so.
Hopefully Salem.
What?
I don't know why I thought for a second we were keeping the name secret. Whatever. It was like a slight moment of panic, like, I spilled a secret. So yeah, the future baby's name is Salem.
The future baby, it's literally in my stomach poking me right now.
Well, like, it's not born yet.
No, but it's still a baby.
The baby on its way is Salem.
Yes,
whatever. Hopefully she remembers all of these memories then.
Doubt it.
So you put Quiet Place at number 8. I put it at number 3. I don't remember why, but I'm locked in now, so too bad.
Oh, well, okay then.
What's next?
All right, the next one is Insidious.
The Further.
The Further. It's not the house that's haunted. You are. Enter the Further as demons try to ensnare you.
Ensnare you?
Is it ensnare or ensnare?
It's ensnare.
Oh, ensnare you. The red-faced demon will lure you into his lair. Keyface will unlock your fears. So if you've never seen the Insidious movies, you definitely should.
Pop trivia, how many are there?
7.
Really? I thought there was like 5.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I think you're thinking, not even Harry Potter, because that's 8. What are you thinking?
I don't know. Literally, I don't even know.
I think there's 5, right? I might be tripping. Who knows?
No, I think there is 5. I think you're right.
All right, so this one, was it in the same place as Dueling Dragons was last year? I don't remember, but the reason it made me think of that is not the queue, but like once you're actually in the house, that very first walkway where they had all the banners above you was like straight out of Dueling Dragons, the same
I think it
entrance
was.
setup.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
The entrance to that house is super good.
The red door?
This whole house is freaking amazing. And yes, it's really scary.
So
it's like one of the most scariest houses they've ever had.
One of the most scariest?
You
will not be teaching Salem any English.
One of the scariest.
So I guess we should preface some of this with all of these are spoilers, if you haven't been. We're hoping to put out this episode before Halloween Horror Nights ends for the season. So if you haven't been, Listen to this. Don't listen to it till after. You know, you do you, boo.
Yeah.
So yeah, the red door, huge red door. What was it, like 16 feet, 13 feet, something like that? I don't know.
I think it was 15 feet.
15? Okay. I didn't write that down when
I
they told
didn't
us.
either, but it was super big.
And it was a really simple facade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't a fully functional door.
No, it was just
which
like a...
would have been probably more of a safety hazard.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been cool had you had to, like, push it to open it, but that's a safety hazard, so...
That'd have been broken by day 2.
I know. So this house takes place in all of the movies, I think, except for the 5th one, which is, like, the newest one. Right?
I think it takes into account the last one, too, because I believe they have... What's the kid's name?
Dalton.
Dalton. I think they had Dalton's, like, college dorm room, like, with his sketch on there.
Oh, you might be right.
And that's the 5th one.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. So, what was that?
I don't know. A ghost, hopefully.
So it takes you, at the beginning of the house, it takes you into the further, which is basically Dalton's astral projection.
I think it's just the realm of all astral projection.
That's true.
Because it was the dad, Dalton, basically anybody that could astral project.
That's true, yeah. So it's just like the astral projection location. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the further.
Yeah, it's the further. That's where you'll see Keyface, Bride in Black, The Man Who Can't Breathe, and what they call Lipstick Demon, which I had never heard of. I thought it was just the red face demon.
I've heard of Lipstick Demon just because of, I think, like forums online and like Reddit.
Why is it called Lipstick Demon?
Because it looks like he put lipstick all over his face is my guess. I don't know. You put lipstick all over your face, and we'll see if we can do like a 1-to-1 match.
Okay, we can do that.
What was your favorite character in this? Like
the Bride in Black.
You took mine. Fine.
She was so good. It scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah, that was my favorite too. I think a short runner-up was the Man Who Can't Breathe.
That was kind of creepy.
I think that one just hit closer to home.
The whole thing was creepy. I felt like, I don't know, I didn't feel like claustrophobic walking through it, but I did feel like I don't know, it was just
like just compressed.
Yeah, I felt like really compressed, or I don't know, just creepy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
The Lambert's resident set design was really well done.
Yes.
The staircase, they did like the full staircase, right?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so
but I believe you.
You walk in and it's the full staircase, and you can't walk up it. Nobody can walk up it, obviously, but and then they had pictures everywhere of the family, but it was...
I do remember the family.
It used this Scrim, what is it called? Skyrim? That's a game.
It's not Skyrim. It's called LexJet.
LexJet.
So I think I have part of that we'll talk about in the Unmasking the Horror tour.
Oh, yeah, we probably should save it for that.
Yeah, because that's more of a techie thing.
Yeah. So one of my favorite parts was the statue scare rooms.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I like that they incorporated the mirror scare into the statue scare room and kind of had a 2-for-1.
Yeah, but I did remember that when we went through it, we knew that there were going to be scare actors hiding in the mirror room, but they didn't pop out and scare us.
No, I think they got the group behind us. We were like just between groups.
Yeah, but it was still terrifying to walk through.
Yeah, and it was really neat that they pump like super, super thick fog into each and every room.
Oh,
like you can look at the walls and see all the like the dryer vent openings, like the 3 or 4 inch diameter hose.
Yeah, they're huge.
And they're in, I think, almost every room, but definitely all of the like lower lit rooms.
Yeah. Another memorable moment was the red sheets room, where the Keyface demon pops out randomly. You don't know like where he's gonna pop out at.
Yeah, just a room with every side, every wall is covered with this red fabric, all identical, where they could pop out of anywhere seemingly, but in reality, there's like 4 places, which is still a lot. Yeah, like that's a lot of different options to remember as a guest.
Yeah, and it was terrifying because his face scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, it was that was a lot
more so than the lipstick demon.
So I'll be honest, I don't know that I could tell you the difference between Keyface and Lipstick Demon.
Oh.
Like, I would have to have a lineup of them, and then I might be able to, like, match the person with the picture.
Oh.
I don't know.
No,
That would be a fun game.
The Lipstick Demon is with the red face.
Yeah, but what does Keyface look like then?
They don't have... It's kind of the same, but...
Exactly.
But no red. No red face.
So it's just like an all-black face?
No, it's not even that. I don't think...
Well, what is it then?
Well, pull up a picture of
I'm
them.
not going to pull up a picture right now. That's what I'm saying. I can't even tell them apart. All right. I trust you, though.
Yeah.
So where was this on... This one was one of the few that we wholeheartedly agreed on.
Yeah, it's number 1 for me.
Yeah, definitely number 1 for me, too.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the fact that they played Tiptoe Through the Tulips in the house.
I was really shocked. I'm glad that... I mean, I guess they probably incorporated the licensing with the original IP.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's tied to that.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't the first time they've had Insidious as a house. And I think the last time they actually were able to use that song, too, I think.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, and that one jump scare where Keyface Demon lunges at you through the curtain elevator, where he's like supposed to be up on top, and then it looks like he's dropping, and then he lunges at you. Oh my god,
that's really, really well done timing.
It scared me so bad. I was like, oh no, I know it's coming because we went on the tour, but I was just like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, the way they implemented it and actually like played it out was really, really well done. That was cool.
Yeah. And then the bleeding door at the end.
I don't remember the bleeding door at the end.
So there was a part where you walk into like I don't know, like a hallway, and there's a bleeding door at the end. And I mean, it was like painted black or whatever. It wasn't like continuously running blood or whatever.
Okay.
But all the demons were in there. So it was Keyface, it was the maid. Why did I just say maid?
The maid in black.
The lady in black, and then the lipstick demon.
Okay.
So yeah, that room was terrifying because they were all there and like.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the like bleeding door part, but I remember all the characters in there.
It's really cool. Yeah. What were your favorite moments?
I did not write any of that down.
That's okay.
I really liked obviously the mirror statue scare room. I like that they tried to incorporate a lot of the key moments from the movies of like in the very first one where you saw the Bride in Black, or was it Bride in Black or was it Redface? You saw one of the demons behind the baby crib with like the sheer fabric in front of it.
I think it was the Bride in Black, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember which is which, but here and there.
So you are correct. When I was doing more research, like on our notes, I did have to look back and see which one was Keyface. Well, obviously I knew the Bride in Black, but I did have to look at Keyface and. But then when I like saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely, you can tell the difference.
How strange.
You would know too if you just looked at the pictures.
How strange and unusual. All right, that's all the notes I've got on Insidious. Best house I think I've ever been to at HHN.
It's very memorable.
Yes.
That will like
even though
stick
we don't
in my.
remember a lot of it.
I remember. I loved it.
I remember a lot more.
Just because that's one of my favorite, like, one of the only scary movies that actually
still gets you.
Yeah, that still gets me. Like, and that's rare because not a lot of. I could like just sit and watch The Conjuring. Like yesterday, I just turned it on while I was like doing chores.
I had it on today while I was cooking dinner.
Yeah, so I mean, stuff like that. It just doesn't,
Yeah, those are almost like comfort movies.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would put on Insidious as a comfort movie.
No, it raises my.
Maybe in due time.
It raises my blood pressure and my temperature.
Fun fact: did you know that the composer for the Insidious movies is also the same composer as the Conjuring movies? Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna try to remember.
I did not know that.
I want to say it's
Oh, wait, we were listening to those
Yup. Yesterday. Joseph Bashara, or 2 days ago.
2 days. No, it was Friday night. It's Monday.
Potato, potato, potato.
Anyways.
Joseph Bashara.
Oh, yeah, Joseph Bashara. He
Yep.
got some creepy music.
He also did Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
Malignant.
Okay, we don't have time for this.
We have time for all of it.
No. Okay, so next house is Ghostbusters Frozen
Da-da-da-da-da.
Empire. The description reads, he'll chill you to the bone. In this bone-chilling haunted house inspired by the film Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the Ghostbusters must team up to save the world from a second ice age. A new specter, Garaka, has escaped from an ancient artifact. He'll stop you cold with a whole army of ghosts. Try not to freeze in fear as you dodge spears of ice, and he freezes people solid before your eyes.
Hello?
What? Hello?
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. I don't know who was calling me.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Who are you going to call? Mike
Oh,
Shad.
that's right. Flip it. Your joke was better than mine.
I know. Okay, so
Whatever.
this house was decent.
Where was this in your top 10?
Number 6. Oh, wait, no, that's you. Yeah, number 6. That was me too.
Oh, so we both put it in
number
number
6.
6. Sounded like Mr. T.
Why did
Number
I sound?
6.
Oh, jeez.
All right. What was your favorite design part? Yeah. Favorite scene, favorite whatever.
So I liked all of the mini puff marshmallows.
Of course you did.
They're so cute.
Because we did this house probably before we ate dinner.
What?
So you were hungry.
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean,
And
I'm
then you
always hungry.
decided to eat one of them.
I did.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ray's Occult Shop set design was actually really good too.
Yeah.
And they even had like the actor, what's his name? I forgot his name. Ray,
gosh.
but I don't know his actual name. That scare actor, not really scare actor, but the actor was really well done. Like he did a really good job.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. I really like that.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Also
that's what it
Blues
is.
Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, the actor portrayed him really well.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was cool in that first scene was, so we watched the movie beforehand, as many people do, getting ready for the IP houses. And one of the design elements in that was that the gold was hidden kind of behind the wall in the, what's the guy's name? The one that was the fire keeper thing. Kamal Nanjiani?
Paul Rudd?
No, the other guy, Kamal.
Oh, yeah, I forgot his name.
So I don't remember the gold being behind the books at Ray's Occult Shop.
Mm-mm.
It was behind the door in whatever Kamal's characters was, like their house.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little strange,
I didn't catch
but I
that.
thought it was cool that they incorporated it as like a hidden object in the walls. So
Yeah.
that was neat.
I really liked the use of the Snope. That was in the, hold on, my computer is like...
The
oh my
Manhattan
gosh.
Adventure Society room.
Yeah, that one.
That was really cool. It gave off the Dueling Dragons
Yes.
type of vibe.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that, but they did reuse a lot of stuff from there.
It's giving Dueling Dragons.
It's giving. Garaka, like the actual...
Like monster demon thing?
Yeah.
Ghost?
On stilts is actually terrifying.
Yeah. It was really
So
cool that they
terrifying.
put... I'm probably going to ruin my notes once we get to the behind the scenes. But in several of the Garaka, when the characters were on stilts, it was cool that they moved their triggers up so that they didn't like have to kneel down as they're on stilts. So you kind of lock that position into you have to have it as a stilt walker. But
Yeah.
it was neat that they incorporated that accessibility up.
Yeah. What was that?
That was my stomach.
Oh my gosh. The Paranormal Research Center scene, where all the mini puffs are taking over.
Oh, yeah. And all like the glass cases where they're like housing the demons or the ghosts.
Yeah, and then one of the actual puffs moves.
There were a few of them that moved.
Really? I only saw one, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I think I saw at least 2 or 3, but yeah.
It was really cute.
The fire building?
Yes.
Firehouse? Yeah, it's the firehouse.
The Ghostbusters HQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Was that one the one that they said was the tallest facade they've built?
Yes,
for like
and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because with all the colors on it, I mean,
and it was like half frozen was kind of the set dressing, right?
And it's snowing, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're actually like there
you were
in the
on
streets.
set in the scene, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they did the projection mapping.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they had done.
Yep. Overall, I mean, it was pretty cool and a cute house. It wasn't scary at all, except for maybe like the Garaka scares, but
yeah, I was disappointed by one part of it. The person that plays James Acaster's, he's one of the paranormal research assistants. Mm-hmm. He's also a British comedian, my favorite British comedian. He's been on Taskmaster, and he is hilarious. Anyways,
okay.
I was disappointed that they didn't take any recordings from him in real life to use as actor-activated triggers. It was just kind of a generic male voice. But
were they allowed to do that?
I mean, if they got the IP for
that's true.
All the people, you would think. But
you would
I guess maybe you have to pay for the rights. I mean,
they didn't have
faces.
Dan Aykroyd.
They also didn't have rights to use any of the faces in Insidious. They had to scratch all the faces out, which was...
They didn't want to pay for that.
Even creepier. So yeah, I'm wondering, like, it's cool to hear. I'd love to be in the room to see, like, the levels of how much you have to pay for different percentage of use for, like, the IP.
Yeah.
Like, you can use the music if you bump up to this level. You can use the artist portrayal if you bump up to this level or whatever.
I mean, I think it's also budget related too.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder what the tiers are that would have added the extra cost of, like, how much do you have to pay to use the character faces? How much do you have to pay to use voice recordings? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, because then you probably have to pay the actor.
Yeah.
So that's another part of it.
And then I've heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true because we're not able to go back. But do you remember when we saw Slimer? And it was like a full body costume on somebody?
Yes.
So supposedly it's been replaced with a static figure now.
Really?
And I don't know if that's true. It's just the rumor I saw a few times online.
Oh, because that thing like scared me when I turned the corner.
It was really well done.
Yeah,
the person that was playing it.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a animatronic puppet or whatever.
You could see like the person dressed in all black to try to blend in with the background.
Oh,
it was cool.
Cool. So overall, you like that house?
Not
amazing,
like,
but...
What, 6th favorite?
Yeah, it was cute.
It definitely made the top 10.
Yeah. Next up, we have Universal Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines.
Hey, we agreed on this one.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We both have it as number 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this was one of my favorites for sure. And which is weird because I don't really like Universal Monsters, but I think it's because this one...
sacrilegious.
I think it's because this is all female. Anyways,
So you did like it because it was all female.
Yeah.
Okay.
The description reads, all female, all fearless, all fatal. Join Saskia Van Helsing and the Bride of Frankenstein as they face off against Dracula's daughter and her monstrous alliance. They like to use that word. Monstrous, monstrous.
Monstros.
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 Monstros. This was set up in the new sprung tent that they have in the back.
Yeah. They got, 2 new sprung tents this year?
Yes, Goblin's Feast and Universal Monsters. Mm-hmm. Crazy queue line. It's, like, huge. Mm-hmm. But I like how they set that up in the back. Because they even have, like, portable bathrooms out there.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be in line for, like, 2 hours with both of these houses, then...
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah. So, yeah, the whole cast inside of the house was all female. Mm-hmm. So they had Saskia Van Helsing, Bride of Frankenstein, and Dracula's daughter, which is named Countess Maria, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Did you, so in addition to the all-female cast, obviously the Bride of Frankenstein as well.
Yeah.
She-Wolf.
Yep.
Anaksunamun, something like that.
Yeah.
Oxumun.
I have no idea.
I didn't write that one down. But it's basically the female mummy.
Yes.
And then the invisible woman.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see her in the house?
No, she's invisible.
Well.
Did you see her?
That joke didn't land very well.
What did you want me to say?
I don't know. I wanted you to be like, no, I didn't see her. And then I was going to go, she was invisible.
I'm not that stupid.
But you ruined it. So in addition to all the cast being female, it was also a female show director and scenic director, I believe, also.
Yeah. Women in charge.
Run the world.
We run the world, girls.
It was a femininomenon.
Yes.
There we go. Now we can incorporate your new favorite artist.
Yeah.
I thought the opening scene and the closing scene were both really, really well done. It was cool to see that same set.
The beginning and the end.
And then degradation.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing the tombstones, like the little topper pieces falling down. The horse cart being on top of Saskia Van Helsing's brother's grave, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
brother's
grave. It was really cool to just see that copy-pasted, like, rundown. That was really neat.
Yeah.
Even though most of the gravestones look like they were from Home Depot. But, I mean, a gravestone is a gravestone.
Budget, man.
Yeah, I guess I get it. And they had a lot of Snope.
They did. They had a lot of Snope.
What is Snope?
Snope is snow that is actually not snow.
And what do they make it out of?
Bubbles.
Soap.
Oh, yeah.
Snow and soap.
Snow and soap. Snope.
Another pop trivia. What was the missing weapon in the mausoleum?
Why are you giving me pop trivia right now?
I don't know.
We do that at the end.
Well, I'm doing it right here, right now. What was the missing weapon in the mausoleum? And go.
In the mausoleum?
Yeah.
Oh,
in the crypt. The Van Helsing crypt.
Oh, it was the,
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
What is it called? Not the hoe.
Tick-tock. Tick-tock.
Oh my gosh.
5, 4,
An axe.
3,
I don't know.
2, 1. No, crossbow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why was it a crossbow?
Because it was Saskia's.
I mean, technically everything belonged to her at that point. But no, it was like the stereotypical Van Helsing weapon of choice was a crossbow in all the movies.
Oh, that's right. A prop that I did enjoy the most was the lunging she-wolf before Saskia shoots her with the arrow.
Yeah, when she goes over the horse.
Yeah, but you can't really see the horse.
No, it wasn't really lit, like, at all.
No, it should have been because it's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
But I guess that's only for backstage people.
Backstage passes. Backstage passes.
Anyway, so what did we rate this? A 4?
4, yes.
Okay, yeah, it was a good house.
So, hot take. Are you team Dracula's daughter or Saskia Van Helsing? Or, you know what, you can choose any of them. Any of the female cast. If you had to side with one of them till the death, what team are you?
Probably...
Without giving away the ending.
Probably Dracula's daughter.
Maria?
Yeah.
I was rooting for Saskia.
I know, I was too, but in the end, the good one is always... Just kidding.
Well, I'm still sticking with Van Helsing.
That never happened, just kidding.
Why are you looking at my toenails? You're like picking them like they're little pimples.
Oh, gosh.
All right, that's all the notes I got for Universal Monsters, which technically kind of an IP. They've made it their own property.
So it's an original property.
It's an original IP.
Anyways, so the next one we have is Monstros.
Monstros.
Monstros. What's the tagline after that?
You just don't want to say it.
No, what is it?
Tres monstros.
No.
Uno pesadilla.
No, what?
What?
The actual name of the house. Monstros.
Oh, the Monsters of Latin America.
Okay, the Monsters of Latin America.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
Tres monstros, una pesadilla.
Pesadilla.
Not one quesadilla.
Quesadillas.
Una Quesadilla. I'm going to guess.
What does that mean?
It means 3 monsters, 1 place.
Okay. Yeah, I should
I'm
look
gonna
that
Google
up.
that.
With El Morate as your guide,
One nightmare.
you'll be begging for Pie Dad? P-Dad?
I think that's, like, rest.
Oh. From these 3 terrifying legends. Okay, let me try to pronounce this. La Huilpuchi.
Piedad.
What is Tallahupuchi?
Not what you think.
Tahulapuchi. I don't know.
Talahupuchi, La Lechuza, and El Cibon.
Yeah, so 3 terrifying legends. I don't really know exactly what each of the legends are.
You know, that would have been really cool to talk about the legend.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're a little bit rusty, so we're going to skip that one.
I did look up La Lechuza, though.
Just because that was the one you could pronounce?
No, I just decided to look it up. I don't know.
El Cibon is near.
Because each of the, like, creatures inside of this house, I didn't know who was what.
No, because you're not Latin American.
Right. And so I was like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did not like the house going through the tour. But on event night, I actually really enjoyed it.
They had a lot of awesome animatronics,
They
including
did.
Bird Lady.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. Spoiler alert, or trigger warning, they do have a lot of dead babies and triggering and traumatizing
stolen babies, dead babies,
blood,
all the babies.
Blood in strollers, so I didn't really enjoy that. That part of it, it kind of made me sick to my stomach.
You made it through, though.
But I did. I made it through. And we actually went through twice.
We did go through twice.
Because we wanted to go through another house. We try to go through one house twice each year.
Yep.
And it was the shortest line, so.
And I would love to know whether Orlando's version lived up to the hype, since this was the one that was taken
that's true. I forgot
from Universal Hollywood.
Yep.
And it was their highest rated, highest rated house last year.
Yeah.
So they decided to bring it over. And then this year, they went and did a sequel, Monstros 2, and where they featured 3 new legends, also from Latin America.
These legends are very scary, actually.
Yeah, they're very traumatizing. It's kind of like Grimm fairy tales, and if you read, like, the originals, they're very brutal.
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
They had a lot of modern appliances and, like, mentions in this house.
Yeah.
Actually, in a few houses, but we'll talk about that. But they had a Ring camera.
A lot of people in the forums and groups kept asking, "Does the Ring camera do something? Are they filming me? Can I press it? What does it do?"
So somebody did say, they were like, "Oh, it would be really cool if it was like a live stream of people walking through."
It would be.
But I think that's
I feel like that would be,
You can't film
that'd be a safety
people
concern.
you can't film people without their consent. But
I'm sure it was in like a terms and conditions we signed at some point.
Maybe, yeah. But that would have been cool. They also have an iPhone, like the most recent, not like the iPhone 16, I don't think, but that's what we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
The newest one. But they had that sitting on the bar inside of the bar.
And it was all just to kind of let you know, hey, you're not in the folktale days. Like, you're very much in 2024.
These legends are still real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was cool that they did that rather than trying to just push it back of, like, where the legends originated. Mm-hmm. I thought it was neat that they brought it to current day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The bar scene is really cool. I really liked that. It had really some really creepy monsters in there. And then the Lechuza is the big bird-looking creature.
Oh, that big bird-looking creature.
The animatronic, who smells really, really bad.
Yeah, it smelled like bird poop.
No, it smelled like rotten. I don't even know. It was disgusting.
I thought it smelled like rotting bird poop.
I almost threw up.
You almost throw up like 10 times a day right now.
Literally, though, I do. Yeah, it was disgusting.
So what was the one that really scared you, though? The big animatronic puppet?
Oh, yes.
I guess it wasn't an animatronic. It was an actor-matronic, technically.
I think it was a puppet.
/ puppet, yeah.
Yeah, the huge witch lady face. I guess it was El Sabon.
El Cibon is near.
Yeah, because I think there's Sif in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Or, that's like Sif in your face. Stuff in face, in face.
Yes, there is a lot of Sif.
Yes, but I'm saying you go through, there's stuff in your face, and then all of a sudden, this big freaking witch lady pops out. So the second time that we went through it.
Ooh, it's
What was
thundering
that?
outside. What do you mean, what is that?
Oh.
It's bricks falling from the sky.
Oh, it's thundering. Okay. So it just sounded weird in the mic.
No, you're right.
The second time we went through, I was actually in the wheelchair.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
part of our experience was because Casey's pregnant and we are tried and true horror fans, it's very difficult for us to rationalize skipping Halloween Horror Nights, even though you were 5 months pregnant? 6? 5?
6.
6 months pregnant? Okay. So I feel like we always get into an argument every year of like, I like to run at a much quicker pace.
Yes.
So that I make sure we get through all the houses, we do all the attractions, all the rides, whatever. All the shows, definitely. So this one was, I can either be content with you walking and us going very slow
Very
and probably
slow.
more complaints
And
from both of us and more breaks, or we can suck it up and I can push you in a wheelchair up and down every single hill, which you don't notice until you're pushing somebody in a wheelchair, how many hills there are.
I know, and I really appreciate it because it was amazing.
It was amazing because we got to go at my pace.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And I wasn't too hot. I wasn't like, my feet didn't swell.
No, it was good. I got a good upper body workout.
Yeah.
Doing it for 2-3 days.
I wish I could go in a wheelchair every single time.
Yeah, well, we will consider it.
So that I can walk
Request
slower.
denied.
Oh, man. Anyways, I was in the wheelchair because he was pushing me through. And
They really like, what's the word? They not isolate.
they hone in on you.
Yes.
Like when you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, they focus on you a lot more.
They focus on you.
And it's cool.
Actually a lot scarier than walking through it. So
Yeah, because you can't run away. Your legs were literally broke.
No, but like, it was like right in my face and it scared the crap out of me, even though I knew it was coming because it was the second time I've been through the house. And I guess I just wasn't expecting it at that moment.
Well, it popped out at you and then you like laughed and then I didn't realize it could come out even more. So it like jumped ahead like 6 more inches.
Yes.
And
It was, like,
if you'd have been
right-
standing, you'd have fallen back down.
Yes. So thankfully I was not standing. But anyways, I like moved a certain way to like get away from it, and I got a really bad Charlie horse in my left leg.
You probably still have that same Charlie horse to this day.
I mean, I get Charlie horses like every day, but this was so bad, and it was so sore for like 24 hours after that.
Oh.
You know what? You don't understand.
You're right. I cannot even imagine.
So overall, it was a good house. It had some scares.
Some scares. Had a lot of good scares.
Most of the scares, yeah.
I thought it was neat that they used the same like LexJet effect of like the scrim printed on Lexan.
So it was Scrim. I did
It
say
was
that
Scrim.
right.
Yeah, you're right.
Not Skyrim, which
Not
is
Skyrim, which is a game.
A game, okay.
So they did that LexJet effect with static props. So we're like, the front of it was a screen, or like a mesh that you would see on like food and beverage places where
Buses.
like you can see from outside, you can see from inside, but you can't see into the building.
Right.
So it was neat that they had like the caricature almost of it, or the animated version of it, and then behind it, when they light it up, you can actually see like an actual actor or static prop or something like that, where it's in the real life form.
Yeah, they use that in every single house, I think.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yep.
And do you remember what my favorite quote was that I said the rest of the night after going to this house?
Oh, God. Oh.
I've only said it like 3 times so far.
Since we've been sitting here?
Yes. I don't know why it was so funny to me.
I don't know.
El Cibon is near.
Oh.
And I think...
I don't remember hearing that.
I don't know why I like focused in on that so much, but it was near the end, and I thought it was hilarious. I don't know if it was the inflection of the recording of it, but It was just so funny to me.
Oh, did we say what our number 7? I put it as
Which one is this? This is
Monstrous.
Monstrous. I put Monstrous at number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was above Quiet Place. I don't regret my decision with this one. I regret
Yeah.
A Quiet Place. Yeah, Monstrous number 2. I was shocked because I was not looking forward to this house at all.
I know. I
didn't like that we were getting the same version as Hollywood. So I was really skeptical.
I mean, I put it as a 7 only because I didn't like all the dead baby stuff.
That's fair.
I didn't like that legend, so I couldn't put it higher than that. But
Yeah, I get that.
yeah. Okay, so moving right along
Woohoo.
to Slaughter Cinema 2.
Ooh.
Get ready for the final cut. If you're dying for a B-movie horror marathon, head to the Cary Drive-In. Scream through scenes from creature features, grindhouse gore, spaghetti westerns, and more. So, Slaughter Cinema is always my fave, along with Cary Drive-In. This was ranked for me number 3. What about you?
Hard pass on this one.
I know,
ranked
you
it as
didn't
number 9.
Yeah, you didn't like this one.
Nope, sure did not.
I just like how they have different themed rooms, so you're walking into something new every time.
I like the concept of it. And in all honesty, I would probably put Quiet Place all the way down at number 9 and move Slaughter Cinema up to like number 8.
Okay.
But it doesn't, I don't know. I like the premise behind it. I like that there's so much variation. But for some reason, none of them are really scary.
No.
And I think that's why it almost feels like I'm going through a museum.
Yeah, it's kind of like a haha, this is funny. Like,
Right. So to me, that loses a lot of points when we're going to Universal and not Disney.
True.
Like, I don't know. There were a lot of good scenes, and I really liked their choices.
Yeah.
All except for the spaghetti western. I didn't really care.
So the first room was Mardi Gras Murders. And it was, I guess, and they had a live actor in there that, I guess, the boyfriend sitting on the couch and he's like vomiting everywhere, which is so gross.
Yeah, there's a lot of vomit.
Oh, yeah.
In all the houses.
In all the houses, which is not a great year for
pregnancy.
Yeah, for pregnant people because, like,
nah.
I just wanted to, like, bleh,
You wanted to throw up as well?
Yeah.
Join the party?
But I really liked the Mardi Gras Murders scene. I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was neat that they incorporated the jester as the murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It was very apropos to the theme. All of it felt very cohesive.
Yeah. And then there was Heavy Metal Hell 3D.
Also a good one.
Pretty
and that
good.
was the one that they... this was the first house that they announced. Because was it Spooky Empire in Orlando? I think it was Spooky Empire. They brought them out during the Q&A... like presentation sessions. They brought out the skull with the
that's right.
mohawk.
The mohawk.
Yeah,
the
so this was
mohawk.
I think it started off as like this was the most iconic thing to come into this year. A lot of the merch was very punk 90s grunge.
Yeah.
MTV era, and this kind of played into it.
Yeah. In the room when you go in, there's a guy ripped in half on the bed.
Yeah.
And then that's the entrance into hell.
It's almost like that was Eddie from Stranger Things.
I know, it felt so Stranger Things. It's giving Stranger Things.
It's giving Stranger Things.
But yeah, and we didn't have 3D glasses. I don't think we really needed them. I mean, it kind of would have been cool, but...
I heard a lot of people said the glasses ruined it and didn't make it better. It just kind of just made it bland.
Yeah, I mean...
So I would, if we had the opportunity to take 3D glasses, I would have liked to.
Yeah, but it's just literally one room, so it's not like you're missing anything if you don't have them.
Exactly.
And then next up was Killer Kringles, which was so cute. I actually really liked this one.
The elf mask was giving Goblin's Feast.
It was, but it was that elf.
Out of all the Gen Z slang, I think my favorite right now is it's giving whatever.
I don't like any of the slang.
I really like that one. Like
Period.
I have absolutely appropriated that
Slay.
in my own generation.
No,
not slay.
Slay.
It's giving.
That's all I hear is, slay. Period. Slay.
I don't understand the period thing because it's like
period.
T, right?
Period. Yeah, like period.
Yeah, no, I don't get that
like,
one.
Period. Like that's,
Period.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't get
It's
it.
giving Gen Z.
Another one was Night of the Undead Clowns.
I liked this one. I wish it was longer, and I wish it wasn't just like one pathway.
It was just skeleton clowns.
It was just spray foam with skeletons
Yeah,
and clown masks.
It wasn't my favorite.
And a barrel from Bugs Alive.
Bugs Life, yeah. Bugs Life.
Not Bugs Life.
You literally just said Bugs Life.
I said Bugs Alive.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard Bugs Life.
You're giving Helen Keller.
Oh my god. Next room was, or the next movie was Hatchet and Chains.
I didn't like this one.
Me either. It wasn't very memorable. It was demon bounty hunters.
Hunting, like it was a demon hunting other demons.
Yeah.
With a cohort that's not a demon. I don't know.
Boring.
I didn't care.
Next up was Blood and Chum. So this one had a large shark puppet.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah. What?
And technically...
I mean, how can you have a Blood and Chum without a shark?
I think this one was not technically a puppet.
Oh, it wasn't?
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Consulting my notes.
It did feel like you were underwater in this room, which I really liked.
It did. I thought it was corn on the...
Oh, no, it's seaweed.
I know. I almost asked her in the tour, and I was like, don't be an idiot.
So the funny thing about the shark is that in the light, you can really see, like, a large tongue inside of its mouth, which made us question on the tour, do sharks have tongues?
I forgot about that. Did you ever find out?
I did. I looked it up, and yes, they do, but they don't look like human tongues.
Well, whales have tongues, and they look like tongues, right?
Yeah, but
because Pinocchio
if you look
had a
up
tongue.
a picture...
Well, the whale in Pinocchio had a tongue.
You just said Pinocchio had a tongue.
Which, by the way, do you remember the name of the whale in Pinocchio?
No, I didn't even know there was a whale in Pinocchio.
Are you kidding me? It's like half the movie's plot.
I haven't seen that in so long. Anyways, the shark, if you look up a shark, a great white shark, their tongues do not look, they're so white that it kind of just matches their mouth.
Do dolphins have tongues?
Yeah.
Are they the same as shark tongues?
Not really. I don't think so.
So, let's sidestep backwards. The name of the whale in Pinocchio, his name is Monstro.
Nuh-uh.
100%.
Oh, that thing.
What do you mean, that thing? It looks like a whale. Did you not play Kingdom Hearts?
No.
The whole thing took place, well, the whole Pinocchio world, took place inside of the whale.
I did not know that.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know how you claim to be a 90s baby and not have watched Pinocchio.
I mean, I've watched it, but I'm not
Did you watch the Pinocchio with Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yes.
Of course you did.
Why do you say that?
Also, the shark is not a puppet, but we'll talk
What was
about that.
it?
It's just a
shark? It's an actual shark?
like it's just a prop.
Oh, they just have to move it.
Yeah, but a puppet requires two or more movements, so
Okay,
you actually have to be trained to do a puppet. That didn't require substantial training to operate.
Yeah. Next room or next movie. Ooh,
Ooh, it's raining.
Mummy Strippers Unwrapped. I didn't really like this one because when we walked through, the mummy stripper wasn't even on the stage, so it was like
no,
boring.
And then it like in my head, I went, "Oh, you're an idiot. Why would I have expected to see actual strippers themed as zombies, when in reality,
mummies,
not zombies, mummy strippers. So mummies are wrapped in."
Yes, so they're unstripping.
So they're just taking, like, that off. Yeah. It didn't click with me until after we walked through it. And I was like, I'm an idiot for my expectations.
I don't know. It was really weird.
And the last one...
Last one was so dumb. I can't
Cyborgs?
Cyborgs.
Zombie cyborgs?
Yeah. I mean, the set design was pretty cool. They had, like, a large cyborg thing. I don't know. I just don't really like...
I didn't really care for it.
I don't like...
I'm not a big fan of zombies or cyborgs. So combining the two didn't make it better. It just was what it was.
I agree. But I really enjoyed this house just because, like I said, it gives you a variety of, it's like little miniature houses.
Yeah. Should we keep recording with this rain going on? Or is it
Yeah.
a nice little background?
It's a nice background noise.
All right, perfect. We'll keep going then. Oh,
I
where?
mean, I think so.
Oh, we already talked about
People
where
listen
they
to
came.
ASMR
That's true.
with, time to go to sleep.
Yeah, we definitely have a horror podcast, not an ASMR podcast.
Time to go to sleep.
Jeez. I think if you did that as we were laying down to go to sleep, that would creep me out.
I wasn't expecting
That's what
it to be that.
nightmares are made out of,
I wasn't
folks.
expecting it to
And
be
that's
that
the monster I live with.
That was Salem, not me.
Okay. Did her hand come out of your belly button like a little baby fist?
Yes, like my dream
Yes.
I had not too long ago.
So I put Slaughter Cinema as number 9. You put it as number 3, which I don't understand.
I literally just told you because
I know, I
like
get it,
all
but
of the rooms. Next
Yeah.
up, I don't know why I'm like,
sniffling.
yeah.
Oh wait, what was your favorite film out of Slaughter Cinema 2?
Oh yeah, my favorite film that I would like to see as an actual house is Killer Kringles.
Me too.
I want a Christmas house.
Well, yeah. I think one of my favorite houses of all times were
Of all times.
yep, of all times was oh my gosh, we talked about it when we were on tour. What was it?
I don't know.
It was one HR Blood and Guts.
Oh yes.
Holiday.
Remake? I don't know.
It was HR Blood and Guts.
Yeah, but they have all the stuff anyways. So like it would be an easy house for them to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah. Next up we have Museum Deadly Exhibits. I know, this one really disappointed me. The description reads, "This relic will leave you in ruins. You decide to visit the new folklore museum exhibit, not Taylor Swift folklore. The rotting stone, when an evil escapes from within, destroying everything in its path." Imagine a Taylor Swift themed house, haunted house. That would be kind of cool.
What would they do? It would all just be like her exes, and then their eyes cut out like People magazines, and then I don't know. I think it would be, dare I say, worse
an
than
Era's haunted house store.
Ugh.
Oh, we should do that.
What was last year's guy?
Hmm?
Last year, the guy that had a house. Come
he
on.
had a house.
Yeah.
On Lover?
No, not Taylor Swift.
Oh.
At HHN.
I thought we were
The
still on
Weeknd.
Taylor Swift.
No, The Weeknd had a house last year.
Oh, yeah.
I think Taylor Swift's house would be worse than that.
No, I beg to differ.
Well,
It doesn't have
I'm
to be
pretty
scary.
sure she doesn't have HHN vibes. She's giving NFL.
Whatever. So this, I was actually really excited about this when they announced it, and then sadly disappointed.
Yeah, this was near the top of my list because I had really high hopes, and did not live up to anything
Nope.
that I wanted it to. Would you like me to read the description?
I just did.
What do you mean?
I literally
You
just
did.
read
You're
it.
right. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll shut up.
So this house was just boring.
Yeah.
The set design was good. I mean, I guess the rotting stone.
A lot of foam. A lot of spray foam.
Too much foam.
Yep, there is such a thing as too much spray foam
Yeah.
for texturing.
I did like the overhead narrative that they had, but it was kind of hard to understand because the house sounds were too loud.
Was completely... I
Yeah.
don't even remember that.
Yeah, so like if you're walking through a museum and you're like, then this next exhibit is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
they
no,
had
I
that.
didn't focus on that at all.
Yeah. Please stop popping your toes.
Sorry.
So the dumbest thing that they had in this house was the haunted sail.
Like sail as in like a boat sail, not
Yes.
like, would you like to buy this for $5? Yeah, not that type of sail.
Yeah, the haunted sailboat sail.
Boat sail,
Yeah.
not sailboat.
Whatever. It was so stupid. It was just a dude dressed in a sail sheet costume.
Yeah,
And he just came out and was like, bleh.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you just pictured in your head, that's pretty much what it was. A haunted sale.
Yeah. The one thing I did like was the camouflage room, the wall camouflage room. They did that pretty well because it kind of scared me.
Agree to disagree.
You didn't like it?
No, I don't think the actors were very well hidden at all.
I think one of them scared me, so I was like, oh.
Ugh.
Oh gosh, don't make me pee my pants.
So I was disappointed by a number of things. The possessed sale was not a great actor. Honestly,
He wasn't possessed.
it was a possessed sale.
No, it's
the rotting
haunted
stone.
sale.
Well, whatever. The rotting stone was supposed to possess all these inanimate
Everything.
objects.
Yes.
So it was supposed to possess the desk. The desk was not an actual scare actor.
Oh, we missed that. So when I look back at the videos.
Yeah, even the video, I didn't think it was cool.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't really.
That was just my opinion. I didn't like the whole concept that all the scares were inanimate objects. That was, again, this whole house was a big letdown for me. I liked
It was
the
like Night at
outside
the Museum,
facade
but like worse.
more than the interior.
Yeah, for
Isn't that
sure.
crazy?
Yeah.
Like a moving truck in a crate had a bigger impact than me.
I'm glad
me
it was the first
than
house we
interior.
went through and got it over with.
Me too.
Yeah, that was at, what did I score that one as? Probably like 9.
What in the world was worse than this?
Oh no, sorry, 10. It was 10 for me.
Yeah, 10 for me as well.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than this one.
No.
Moving along to Major Sweets Candy Factory. They've got a killer sweet tooth. You've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory. The deadly, delicious treats turn the kids into sugar-fueled fiends.
I was really hoping you were going to misspeak and say
Fines?
friends, into sugar-fueled friends.
No, I can
One
read.
letter off. So close.
I can read.
Did you enjoy this house?
Honestly, not as much as I wanted to.
Me too.
Because I really liked the scare zone. And I was like, after the first room, like, it just went downhill from there.
I thought it got better as it went on.
I didn't like how the factory looked. I was expecting the factory to, like, look like an actual, like, candy factory. But it looked like the sewage. No, it didn't.
How many candy factories have you been in?
None. Well, besides Sweet Pete's.
Yeah, I think Sweet Pete's is an exception. So
Sweet Pete's is literally like...
if they offer tours, I think they make it more fun.
I don't think I've ever been to a chocolate factory.
We used to go to a chocolate factory every year when we went to St. Augustine for like a week in the summer.
Do they still have those?
St. Augustine, yeah, it's still there.
Why haven't you taken me?
Do you mean the chocolate factory in St. Augustine? I don't know if it was in St. Augustine or if it was just on the way. I don't remember what it was called.
I want to go.
Mom's probably going to text me and be like, it was this, you idiot. Just kidding. She probably won't say idiot. Who knows?
I want chocolate.
Well, we can go to the dollar store and I can get it for you there.
No, I want...
anyways, what I'm trying to say is, like, factories aren't what you probably envision.
No.
Like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory,
That's
also
what I expected
a one-off.
to look like.
This was more of like a stereotypical, like barrels everywhere, machinery, like things going wrong. Like that's way more realistic.
I mean,
working
it was
in
scary.
this pseudo factory now, I thought they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Miss Treat's office was really cool to look at because she had like her desk and all the candies and ton of like
Easter eggs,
eggs,
but not
in
literal.
That room. No, I didn't like her acting though.
She was okay.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like a little old white lady.
Oh, so the fact that you got a young little black lady.
No, she just wasn't like, she was just like, oh, hi, yeah. And then she looked at my belly. When I was like walking through, she like stared at my stomach.
Well, she probably wasn't expecting a short little white pregnant girl. So
she was probably like, she's eating all the sweets.
Jeez. That's probably exactly what she was thinking. No, I thought she was good. I didn't really, so I don't remember her being part of the scare zone. So I didn't really have an expectation as to what the mistreats character looked like. And I don't really remember the scare zone at all, to be completely honest.
I loved it. It was so cute.
So I didn't have any preconceived notions about like what any of the characters were.
Yeah.
In my head, I think I was thinking like the movie Trick or Treat, where they were all going to look like little like popsicles with like a face eaten out. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was not a very good description. But
No.
let me get to my notes for this one. So where did you rank this one?
I ranked it.
I think we both had really high hopes for it, and it was kind of a letdown.
Yeah, number 9.
I had it as number 8, just above Slaughter Cinema.
Yeah,
I don't
see
regret that, but going back, I would probably put it a little higher.
Yeah, no, I still wouldn't, honestly.
Just because it had a lot of really good effects in it.
Yeah, it had 3 guest activated triggers, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
One on the desk.
I really liked the rats everywhere.
Oh, yeah, the rats
rat
were
traps, the rats that came out of the wall, which we have seen elsewhere very recently at Fear Reach. They weren't the same size.
That thing was huge.
Yeah. The ones at Halloween Horror Nights were very small compared to the ones at Fear Reach.
Yeah, but I still
Park.
like the lunging rat thing.
Yeah. The acting I thought was really good. I disagree with you. I thought all the characters were really well done in terms of the acting.
You know, Miss Treats was supposed to pop out of the back of the
back of the truck,
and we didn't get to see that.
Yeah, the video walkthrough showed her, and I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, she was in like 3 or 4 scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like the actual Major Sweets costume. Yeah, it was really, really well done.
So I really liked a few of the effects I wrote down were the pneumatic ones, which we talked about, a lot of water sprays, whether it be throw up or whatever. The heavy duty knockers when you're going through the cage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was really cool. We weren't allowed to take pictures in there because I really, really wanted to, because I wanted to look up what those mechanisms were. And it seems like any like behind the scenes tour, as soon as I get close to figuring out what technique or what effect they're using, they're like, oh, you can't take pictures in here.
I know.
Well, that's dumb. The overhead conveyor belt showing the boxes going back and forth, that was cool. And then the bouncing 55-gallon drum also was really cool. I don't think they typically use that a whole lot at HHN. It's a really stereotypical like fright props type of thing.
Oh, okay.
But it was cool that they had that.
Yeah. I like the hallway where it feels like you're being crushed.
Yeah, the gummy press.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Pressing humans into giant gummy bears.
And
that was neat.
the rolling taffy on the ceiling was really cool.
That was cool, but I think it would have been neater if it had more movement in it, and it wasn't just one thing spinning on itself.
That makes sense.
But that was my only real issue with it. Yeah. I thought the Major Sweets prosthetic nose and the makeup design was really, really well done, and I felt like it matched the character really well.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Moving right along to Goblin's Feast. They'll feast on your flesh. Welcome to the Goblin's Feast Tavern, and visit the Goblin Village, where a lavish feast is being prepared for goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and witches, and you're the main course.
Nice.
Yeah, this one was really good, actually.
Yep, and you talked about this was in one of the new sprung tents.
Yep, I rated this as number 5.
This was the one I was the most hopeful for, and I also had it as 5.
Okay, yeah.
I was kind of shocked that if I move Quiet Place down, this probably goes up to number 4.
Okay. Yeah, it was in the new sprung tent, which is huge, so they had a lot of room to work with. The most noticeable, like, not Easter egg, but, like, thing that a lot of people on the forums or whatever in the groups say that they had a sign that covered up the actual house sign, which is called Human Chop House.
Yeah, they had like a party banner almost, or a festival.
And they just like covered it up with Goblin's Feast to make it kind of like you want to come in there and then get
you're
trapped.
Inviting the humans in.
Yeah, you get trapped.
And that even was kind of demonstrated in the initial maze entrance. So like you go in and your perspective is you only see like the bartender or whatever. And then you go right, and then that's when you see all the body parts of, like, the humans. And, yeah, it was really, really cool the way they made the maze a very visible kind of approach to it, where you see some things until later in the scene.
Yeah, it was a very gory house, but I thought it was really silly. I mean, it was like silly funny, like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. All of the goblins' masks. Why are you laughing?
It was silly, like, so funny. Just
Uh,
your, like, the way you said that, very demure, very,
oh my god. If you say that one more freaking time.
very demure, very
It's
mindful.
demure, not demure.
Very demure, very mindful.
All of the goblins' masks were really well made. That was actually really
Yes.
scary.
Yeah, I love that they all had the large eyes
Yeah.
to, like, really, like, make
Yeah.
it a little more cartoonish, but I thought that was a good addition.
I didn't love that. It was just basically like a bunch of goblins trying to eat you. I mean, it was just over and over and again.
There was a
Like,
storyline near the end of, like, the king,
yeah, the
King
last,
Pub Nubbler,
yeah,
Pub Nubber, Pub
the
Nubbler.
large animatronic thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was really cool. So there was kind of a loose theme there.
Yeah,
I liked the audio in this house. It was very, like, folksy, like,
yeah, it was
festival, Ren Fair almost type of thing.
fun. Yeah, what was your favorite quote out of this house?
Gods, the food is escaping.
That was right at the end as you leave.
Yeah.
That was really cute.
That was our guide's favorite quote as well.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right, cool. Moving right along to our last house.
What?
Yep. Triplets of Terror. The party is over, and so are you. You're invited to the Barmy Triplets birthday bash, but beware, they celebrate by recreating their family's murders. Prepare for a gory gathering.
This was your number 2 house.
Yeah, I loved this house.
I liked this house a lot, but it ended up in number 7.
What?
I know, just above Major Suites.
I really liked this one. Because when they released it, I didn't realize what it was going to be. I thought it was like monsters or whatever. But then when I realized it was actual like triplet murderers, I was like, ooh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
I like
like
that
that.
we got to see their full character arcs from like 9-year-olds all the way
Yeah.
up to what 40, 50.
Yeah, it's pretty clever. The first room is really cool. There's so many things to look at. They're in the Barmy house, which is in 1984. And the twins' names are Melody, Harmony, and Junior.
Yep.
Super creepy little kids.
And I didn't see any when we were doing the behind the scenes. I don't remember seeing any like statue or static props of Melody.
Yes, when I was looking back at the
Like the-
walkthrough on the video, she was there. Yeah,
She was there.
She was in almost every scene.
Right, but was she a static figure or was she an actor?
No, she was an actor.
Right.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about-
what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, right,
there was
right.
always one with Harmony with the bunny mask.
Yeah.
Sometimes there was one of Junior, but I don't remember any still
either, now
of
that you say that.
Melody.
Yeah. This house also had the modern touches to tell the story in real time, starting in the second room.
Oh, yeah, I guess the
Second.
second room because that's
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast telling the story of the Barmy murders. And you'll see like a Stanley in there. You'll probably see like a cell phone or an iPod or whatever. Even
What
though
are iPods? What is this, 2000?
an iPad, I
18?
meant iPod. Yeah. It was very gory too. It's a very gory house. Probably the most gory house.
This year, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Junior's fascination with severed heads is funny to me.
Oh, it's funny to you.
Yeah.
So if Salem has a fascination with severing heads,
No,
it's just going to be
that's not
funny?
funny.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a double standard.
I mean, they're already murderers.
Oh, okay.
But as he grows older, like, he's still in, like, the same outfit. And he's, like...
I thought it
just-
was cool that part of their ritual of each murder was, like, stealing cake for their birthday party. That was neat to me.
Yeah. I wish we had more of, like, a
Backstory on them?
backstory on them. Like,
Yeah.
why are they
Why
murderers?
at 9 years old did
Yeah.
they just all of a sudden start murdering? Like, if they were
Right.
that bad before they were 9, maybe they weren't going to have such a good birthday.
And why didn't
So
they wait
who
till
knows?
10?
Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Questions.
Maybe because the square root of 9 is 3,
Oh.
and it's HHN 33.
You know, that's probably true.
Who knows?
The only thing I didn't like Well, there's two things I didn't like. The dead dog scene.
Oh.
Nobody likes to see a dead animal.
I was surprised that they did that and put it at eye level within like a foot of you.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. And another thing I didn't like was that the sewer ending left me kind of confused.
I have a lot of questions about this. So I'm very curious about what happened before they were 9, obviously. Right. I also want to know what they did for 10 years.
Right.
Like, they had to have had normal jobs. So what do they do? They work at Walmart? Do they work at the steakhouse? And they're just like, oh, 19 is coming. Let's go.
I don't think they had jobs.
Well, how did they survive?
They eat people and murder them.
They only murdered them each decade.
And they only lived in the sewer because they were being...
So they lived in the sewer for 10 years?
Yeah, because they didn't want to be found.
And then on their 9th birthday, their 19th birthday, their 29th birthday, like, I don't understand.
I don't either. There's a lot of
what
questions
did they do
to this story.
For 10 years? I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
There needs to be a movie.
I just want a podcast on it.
Yeah,
I want a universal podcast.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that one for me was number 2, so I really like that one.
I already said. I think I had it as, 7, 6, 7.
Something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all the houses in our review of that.
Yeah.
Next up, we are going to talk about scare zones and the Nightmare Fuel Show.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to take a short break?
Yep, let's take a quick break so I can stand up and stretch, and then we'll be right back.
All right. And we're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We are going to go through now for part 2 of this episode, Scare Zones and Nightmare Fuel Show.
Part 2 of this part 1.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So the scare zones, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scare zones this year.
That was really good.
What?
You've been watching Sesame Street.
Oh my gosh. So the first one is called Duality of Fear.
Yeah.
As soon as you enter Halloween Horror Nights, you must choose a path. The visceral horror of sinister or the unearthly terror of surreal.
Right off the bat, what team are you? Surreal or sinister?
Sinister.
Really?
Yeah.
I am, I think, in the camp of surreal. I think I like psychological horror more than physical.
Nah.
Huh. All right.
And
that
then
tracks.
Why does it track?
Oh, no reason.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and then there's Demon Queens. Get caught in an otherworldly, wow, I can't speak, otherworldly hellscape ripped from the darkest corners of your mind, where 4 merciless queens loyal to surreal rule. Demon Queens. That is in Hollywood. And then Swamp of the Undead, which is obviously located in Central Park.
Obviously.
In backwaters, Louisiana, you're about to be swamped by zombies born from the bodies of trespassers killed and dumped in a nearby bog.
So this one has a podcast episode from Discovery Universal.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make me like the Scare Zone anymore, but I like the story behind it.
Yeah. And then there's Torture Fair, which is located in New York. Mm-hmm. Come one, come all to the Renaissance Fair. Brave the gloriously gory... Wow, my computer just timed out. Gloriously gory medieval torture devices till you're put out of your misery. Blech.
And this was... Did it say in there that this was... Like, the icon was sinister?
No, they didn't say if it was...
Well, they were.
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll go back and say that. Torture Fair is sinister.
Demon Queens is surreal.
Yes.
And then Duality of Fear is kind of right when you walk in the park.
Both of them. Mm-hmm. And then the last the last scare zone was Enter the Blumhouse. This was located in San Francisco. Run a terrifying gauntlet of Blumhouse characters, from the Grabber to Megan, dancing into your nightmares. This is a new kind of horror. They really like to swap E's with 3s.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes dyslexia even more difficult.
Like, why are they doing that?
Because it's HHN 33.
Yeah, but Megan was before that.
Mithrigan.
Mithrigan.
I love that nickname. I don't know who
Mithrigan.
started it. I know HHN 365 calls her Mithrigan, and I very much appreciate that.
It's fun to say, Mithrigan.
It is.
So,
much more fun than Megan.
So what was your number one scare zone?
My number one was Torture Fair, like I thought it would be.
Meh.
I love the area. I love the whole concept of a Ren Fair.
Yeah.
For me to be more on the side of surreal, I think it's very difficult to put that in a scare zone without like being able to go through a full storyline.
Yeah.
So this one was very transparent, very simplified. It made sense. It's medieval torture devices, and
very
I love
gory.
the decor.
Yeah, the gory decor.
Yeah, the decor, the attire. The costumes are great. in
Yeah,
this one.
my favorite is always in this area. But I actually really liked Swamp of the Undead this
Which
year.
is crazy because normally you can't stand
I
that scare
know.
zone.
I know.
Yeah, I will say I
weird.
think they definitely treated you differently because you were in a wheelchair
Yeah.
for this one.
And they, oh my God, heavy on the fog. You can't
Always.
see anything when you're
No.
walking.
Never in that scare zone. It's
So
so like
they'll-
congested.
So they'll get you. They
Yep.
really will.
What was your number 2?
It was Torture Fair.
Okay, my number 2 was Swamp of the Undead. So we just flip-flopped those two.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then what's your number 3?
You know, I would tell you if my computer wasn't.
Well,
an
I will
idiot.
tell you because we both had the same number 3, and it was Demon Queens.
Oh, yeah.
I typically like that area over by the Bourne Identity, whatever it's called, Old Terminator. They've had Chucky over there.
No. This
Demon
was,
Queens?
Demon Queens was in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
Oh,
over
okay.
by where Terminator used to be.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about San Francisco.
No,
I hate.
by the burger joint.
Yeah, I hate that one.
Nah. Normally I like that area too, but no. So we put Demon Queens as number 3 for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put Enter the Blumhouse as your number 4.
Yeah.
I put it as number 5.
Yeah. It was so boring. Like
This was extremely boring.
They just stood there.
Yeah. There was a kid
Megan was
standing
dancing.
next to a black phone,
Yeah.
and he never actually answered it.
No.
So that was annoying.
It was very boring.
Mithrigan was really lackluster.
I have
was
seen some
boring.
cute photos of like little kids dressed up as Megan.
Even though there's no costumes allowed.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but whatever. Anyways.
But no, I do
apparently
like
it's just
those
a dress.
posts. Yeah.
But yeah, that was really cute. I really
It's cool
like
that they're interacting with something
Yeah,
or somebody.
right.
'Cause
We
I don't
didn't
feel
see the
like-
Megan horde this year.
I don't think they have a Megan Horde
They do.
because... Do they?
Yeah, I saw it. Somebody posted
Oh,
it.
I thought it was just like
I'm pretty
throwback
sure.
videos of last year.
It
and
might have
then
been. Maybe I
it's
was
just
wrong.
one Mithrigan at a time.
And then oh my gosh, why does my computer? I can't.
I don't know. I'm not in IT anymore.
Good lord!
Um,
As soon as I like,
Why don't you just tell it not to go to sleep?
it doesn't do it when it's plugged in
Why don't you plug it in?
because I don't have my charger with me.
Well-
Number 5 for me was Duality of Fear.
Hmm.
This is the first one when you walk into the park was sinister and surreal.
That was number 4 for me.
I mean,
there was nothing really there.
no, they're just walking on the top,
Catwalk.
Yeah, the catwalk.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to see it when we came in and then when we left.
Yeah.
They
It
were
was
both
pretty
out
easy
there,
to see for the pre-show when we were in line. Yeah, that was the only real cool part.
Yeah, it wasn't like amazing.
And we got to see them on the way out, and they pointed at you.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, sorry.
They
I wasn't
pointed
aware.
at me?
I thought they did, or they looked at you and they said, "That one's pregnant."
No, they didn't.
I think they did.
No, they didn't.
They looked down and they pointed at you, and they sprayed you with a laser, and they said, "Get out of here." And then Surreal said, "That one's pregnant."
Whatever. You're making up
Remember,
stuff.
because Surreal had the really high-pitched voice, and then Sinister, it was really low, sounded like a smoker mom.
Anyways, so those are the scare zones. I'm not a huge fan of the scare zones this year. They were very
No,
Blah.
they were very uncohesive.
Yeah.
That's a word? Yeah.
It just didn't like tie all together at all.
No.
Like last year did.
Yeah, there was
really
no fluent theme throughout the entire event this year,
no.
which was...
I liked the houses more this year, but I liked the theming more last year.
I liked that there was an icon and a centralized story.
I know.
To
I
the
like
scare
when they do
zones.
that.
Yeah.
When they're just putting out random freaking scare zones.
Yeah, give me like a house to tie to the overall theme, make the scare zones make sense with each other so that you feel like you're going from one set to the other
Right.
and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next and last, we're going to talk about the extras. So merchandise, tribute store, and
Well,
what?
you skipped like the best part of the event.
Oh, I'm sorry. The stupid freaking show.
It's not called the Stupid Freaking Show. It's called Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus.
Sorry. Yeah, this one was. I'm kind of over it.
Well, speak for yourself.
You know what they need to bring back?
Bill and Ted.
That, but a Beetlejuice thing would be cool.
So I want them to do a Beetlejuice / Rocky Horror thing.
Yes.
That would be cool. Because I missed when they used to have the Rocky Horror thing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And then, yeah, Bill and Ted would be good.
They should bring back Beetlejuice because of like the new movie, and then why am I saying Wednesday? Because of Jenna Ortega, I'm an idiot. But anyways, because of the new Beetlejuice, and it just like we missed that.
Yeah, I agree.
What did I say that they should do? I mentioned something. Remember, I was like, "Ooh, this is a good idea for a show." What was it? Do you remember?
I don't know. I know a lot of people thought that the show was going to be turned into Harold and Kumar.
What?
Yeah, that was because they wanted. The rumor was that they were going to do like another buddy comedy type of show, and it was going to be over in the Animal Theater.
Oh.
But that did not happen.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember what I thought of when we were talking about it.
I have no idea. You were probably mumbling to yourself in your wheelchair.
Shut up.
So what did you give the Nightmare Fuel show this year out of 10?
A 7.
I think I would have given it an 8.
I mean, we had a bad seat because I was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wow. And so I couldn't really see anything sitting there at the front.
Yeah, the seating wasn't a great view, but...
No. Eventually I want to sit like right in the middle.
Yeah.
You know
that
what
would
I
be
mean?
really cool. But I don't know timing-wise when you have to get there. We got there half an hour early this time.
You have to get I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I mean, people getting there last minute were getting good seats. So
right,
it really
that's
just
what I'm
depends.
saying. Like, should we get there earlier or later?
I think it's just the luck of the draw, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I wish I could remember.
Well, I don't know.
My
I like that they
terrible.
changed the theme. So the costuming was different. It wasn't just a bunch of leather straps.
But to me, it's still the same choreography.
The choreography, I think, was a little different. It's still the same type of performances.
Yeah.
But I like that the costumes were different. They were in the circus theme, like that traveling show.
Yeah.
The storyline or the plot, I didn't... Like, I get it. It's somebody that's having a recurring nightmare.
I remember.
What you got?
Blue Man Group. They should do...
You did say that, yeah, because you've never seen Blue Man Group live.
No, but we were watching YouTube videos of Blue Man Group.
Yes.
And I was like, that would be really cool to replace the thing. They could do like a
even though they
horror-themed
already have the Blue Man Group near the front of the park, like right outside of it.
Yeah, but they could, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, listen to us, Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, come on.
Right?
We're tired of Nightmare Fuel. It's sexy and all that good stuff, but like, I'm over it. You can't have any more storylines. Like, what are you gonna do? It's just gonna be Nightmare Fuel for the rest of forever.
Who knows? As long as they keep the dancing up, I'm here for it.
Whatever. Okay.
All right, so now we can talk about extras of merchandise and Tribute Store and Cabana Bay and all that.
Yeah. So merchandise, we didn't really buy a lot this year.
What
We bought
did we buy?
Lil Boo.
Yep, we bought,
plush.
we bought a Lil Boo that's bigger than any Lil Boo I've ever seen in the park.
It's huge. We thought it was because we were going to get it for our dog. But it's huge. He still plays with it.
He does. He brought it up on the couch,
He
which was quite a feat.
It was so cute. But yeah, you can also use it as a pillow because it's kind of big.
It's a plush,
Yeah.
technically, I guess.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but other than that, we got the cup like we normally do for
Yeah.
free refill. Well, included refills. It's like
Yeah.
$17, $18.
Yep, and then I think that's really all. You didn't get a shirt. We didn't get a shirt.
I didn't get any shirts.
I didn't like any of the shirts.
I didn't really like any of.
Plus, I can't really fit in them.
The only shirt I liked was one that had Chucky and Tiffany on it.
Oh, right.
And then it had like HH in 2024.
Oh, I'm sorry. We bought like $200 worth of candles.
No, we only bought four.
Literally,
candles?
it was like almost $200 for all those candles.
For 4 candles?
I think we bought 5.
Surely it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
$200.
Yes. They're like $40 a piece. I'm serious.
I don't like that.
Yeah, well,
that's a bummer. They smell really good though.
They
on a brighter note.
do. We got the
Maybe
Jaws one.
You can.
A Quiet Place.
Oh, we did.
Insidious.
We did get Jaws, and had the ET store been open, we would have tried to get the Green Planet one. I really want that one.
I want that one so bad.
You
If
might be
someone
able to
wants
buy
to
it
buy
online.
us one and send it to us as a gift, that would be great.
Yeah, all 10 of our listeners.
Whatever.
Just kidding. This is season 2. We're looking up.
Or actually, I'll pay you. Just send it to me and I'll pay you back.
Yeah, anybody that can
'Cause
get
we
the
don't
Green
have-
Planet
Yeah,
candle.
because we don't have
We don't
passes,
have passes yet.
and
We will one day.
yeah, not until Salem is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the tribute store was really good this year.
Yeah, it was cool.
I didn't like how freaking crowded it always is because you can't.
And we went on a Thursday.
I know, it was so crowded in there though, and people just stand around like.
Mhm. It's very difficult to push you in a wheelchair. I think for this one you got out of it.
Oh yeah.
And I like packed up the wheelchair and just pushed it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, people are just. They have no. I didn't get a treat this year.
You got the.
No, I meant in the
s'more
tribute
thing.
store. I usually get like a something in the tribute store.
Well, you didn't because
I
you got
didn't.
5 candles.
I know.
So, but you did
And-
get the s'more
Yeah, we tried the only food that we tried was the Stay Puffed Marshmallow S'more.
and the Korean barbecue Slimer dog,
Yeah.
which was
Both were-
really, really
The
good. It was
Slimer dog was
massive.
actually really good. I
It was
was not
supposed to be
expecting.
spicy, and I didn't
I
get
got a
spicy
little
from
spice in it. But I think it was like the type of cheese. I think it was.
it. Yeah.
It's huge, and so
Yeah.
it will
It's
definitely fill you
very
up.
difficult to eat. It's very messy.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, that was a really good choice for food.
Yeah.
It was
and
better
then-
than the Chucky nuggets we got last year.
Oh, I didn't try this. The s'more was good. However, they are pushing them out so quickly that the marshmallow isn't like hot enough to
Yeah.
melt the chocolate in between, and
Yeah.
so you're just eating like a cold s'more.
Yeah, and then
So,
it's humid,
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
like sweating a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was still really good.
Yeah, it was
very
still
tasty.
a good s'more. I mean, a s'more is a s'more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could have had 1, you could have had 2, you could have had some more.
I probably could have eaten a lot more than that.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, maybe like a couple hours later or whatever.
I could have eaten 2 back to back, I think.
Oh, well. Yeah, and then Cabana Bay didn't have. We stayed at Cabana Bay again, like we always do.
Mhm.
They didn't have a photo op. Oh, well, they didn't have the thing like they had like Chucky last year,
Yeah.
where you go in and you can take photos and stuff like that.
And then the year before, was it Jack the Clown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that this year, but they really ramped up the bars and then put like extra photo ops in the lobby.
They had a. We didn't talk about it, but inside the park, there was also a thing where you could actually go up to like an iconic character for each of the houses, or like 5 or 6 houses.
and take pictures. of them.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was really cool. I wish we'd have done that. I didn't really understand what they were doing.
Yeah, that was in front of Mel's Diane. So
Yeah. Had I known, I would have gotten pictures with each of the characters. That would have been cool.
yeah, I mean, we did walk past it and I took a
We
video.
did, but I didn't.
Didn't
I
think
don't
about
know.
it.
No, I didn't really understand the purpose.
I know, and I'm really sad that I thought that you had to be an annual pass holder
Because it has.
to get a Mel's Diane shirt.
Well, on the sleeve it says UOAP.
I know.
For annual pass holder. And if we're not currently annual pass holders, I feel like I'm not going to take away that from an actual pass holder. So I don't know. I felt weird about that.
Oh, I don't really care.
And I thought they were going to give us a hard time at the front of like, all right, show us your pass.
I should have just asked.
You should have.
because I really
That
wanted
was a
that
nice shirt.
I
Yeah.
know. Oh, whatever. Well, if anybody has that shirt and they
Yeah,
they want to sell it to
send that
me,
our way as well.
I'm in a large, so
But
thanks.
we will not pay over retail.
No, not over. I'm not gonna pay $200 for a shirt. I could just probably make my own shirts, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else besides?
Probably, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we don't want to
yeah.
make this one too long. But
No.
overall, the houses were really great this year.
Yeah.
Insidious is the best.
I thought it was definitely worth it, even though prices went up, but it was still good.
Yeah, prices were. Oh, and we did do the Express Pass.
And the 6-house tour, and the 3-house tour.
And the 3-house tour, which we'll talk about in another episode.
Mm-hmm.
In case you don't want any spoiler. Spoiler. But, yeah, so thank you for taking me and pushing me around in a wheelchair.
My pleasure, always.
I really appreciate it, and I love you.
I love you too. You got anything else for this thing?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks, guys, for listening, and hoped you listen to the Unmasking the Horror tour next up.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
Bye.